Aminin mo na, pagdating ng sweldo mo, ang unang nasa isip mo is ano bang bibilhin mo sa Shopee o anong o-orderin mo sa Grab. Now, I made my first million pesos at 20 years old and the biggest lesson I learned is not on how to trade but it's on how to stop the bad habits na ginagawa ko na umuubos ng pera ko. Papakita ko sa inyo. I-drawing natin yan. Welcome to Whiteboard and we are back and here is the first thing that you are probably doing kasi Pinoy ka. Paying yourself last. Sama na meaning ang paying yourself last? Meaning, ang savings and investments, yan yung hinuhuli mo tuwing pumapasok yung sweldo mo. Ang una mong gagawin, okay, babayaran mo yung bills mo, tapos magsha-Shopee ka na agad. Woo! Congratulations! Payday sale! Let us listen to what the GOAT Warren Buffett said. Don't save what is left after spending, spend what is left after savings. Meaning, ito yung uunahin mo bago ka mag-payday sale sa Shopee. Kasi imagine man, if ito lagi inuuna mo, wala ka nang na-invest, wala ka na ding na-save. And when the time comes na ikaw ay 50 years old, 60 years old na, tapos ayaw mo na magtrabaho, anong mapapakita mo? Yung 20-year-old na cellphone na binili mo nung 30 years old ka kasi gusto mo bumili sa Shopee kasi pumasok yung payday sale mo, di ba? Number 2 is the coffee habit. 200 pesos. Yan ang price ng kape ngayon. Napakamahal. Ang dami kong kilala nagsasabi, Sam, di ko kasi kaya na magtrabaho kung walang kape. Lalo na sa umaga. Inaantok ako pag umaga. Gusto mo na cheaper and healthier alternative para makapag-work ka sa umaga. Matulog ka ng maaga. Di ba? Okay, Sam, okay. Gets ko naman na yung iba talaga may kailangan ng caffeine, di ba? Pumili ka ng 15 piso na Nescafe, kopi ko, di ba? Yun na lang bili. Sa Starbucks ka pa, tapos ipapag-grab mo pa, di lalong malala, di ba? May plus 80 pesos delivery ka pa. Realistically, okay. Okay lang naman na magkape ka, mag-yardstick ka, wala akong pakialam. Pero wag naman everyday, man. 6,000 pesos a month yan pag everyday ka bumili ng, or every 5 days, everyday ka bumili ng kape. Kalmahan mo lang, men. Eh kung in-invest mo yan after, let's say, what? 8 years, 10 years, meron ka ng 1 million pesos given around 8% return ng S&P 500. Hindi, di ba? Tinain mo lang yung kape na binili mo. Next naman is the swipe culture. 99%. Now, this is a statistics I made myself. Wala akong ginawang research on it. Pero I do believe na 99% of Filipinos use their credit cards wrong. Basta may makita silang 12-month, 24-month installment sa bagong iPhone, kukunin na nila kasi, shucks, 4,000 pesos a month lang naman yung monthly. Kayang-kaya ko bilhin yan. Brother man, guess what? After 24 months, ang binayaran mo nasa 100 plus K pa din. Now, there's a right way on using installments pero that's for another video and I do actually personally plan on upgrading my phone into an 18 Pro Max eventually which would probably cost over 100,000 pesos. But at the same time, I have my reasons for it and I know how to use my credit card. Now, mag-subscribe kayo para hindi kayo mamatay na brokey at when the time comes na bumili ako ng cellphone, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung strategy na gagawin ko with my credit card para mabawasan yung total bill ko ng around 10,000 to 15,000 peso just by using installments correctly. Kasi yung iba, bibili sila 24 months, 4K a month, tapos 0% interest lang pa. Tapos mangyayari is eventually hindi na nila kaya bayaran. So mag-rank up na yung debt nila, di ba? 3% credit card. Tapos eventually, patong-patong na yung utang nila, hindi na nila kaya bayaran yung cellphone nila. Isasanla nila for less than half the price, 40,000 peso. Tapos hindi pa din nila kaya bilhin yung buong cellphone habang may binabayaran pa silang utang. Pero if I were to share one thing right now, it's wag kang bibili ng ganyan kalaking bagay, wag ka mag-i-swipe ng credit card kung wala kang enough liquid cash, wala kang enough pwedeng ma-withdraw para bilhin yung item outright full in cash. Para you won't own an item that depreciates in value while you're still paying top peso for it. Number 4 naman is not tracking your cash flow. It's very important na alam mo kung paano pumapasok ang pera at paano lumalabas ang pera mo. Kasi sino sa inyo naka-experience na magugulat na lang kayo bakit wala nang laman yung bangko nyo? No, may chance na bumili ka lang kasi ng kape kaya wala nang laman. Now, this is a practice that I recently just started pero na-realize ko na grabe pala yung importance talaga. Dapat nakinig ako sa mga nagturo sa akin before na kailangan mo talaga i-track yung pagpasok at paglabas ng pera mo. Kasi nagulat ako na bakit parang wala akong naiipon. Yun pala ang gastos-gastos ko when it comes to online shopping. And number 5, and this is one of my pet peeves, is waiting for the right time to invest. Ang dami nagko-comment sa mga previous videos ko about investing na Sam, dapat ba ako bumili ng ETF ngayon? Dapat ba ako mag-invest sa S&P 500 ngayon? Eh napakataas niya ngayon. Or minsan, Sam, nag-dip naman yung S&P 500 500, dapat ba ako bumili ngayon? Brother man, let me tell you this. If lagi mo inaantay yung right time to invest, never ka mag-i-invest, never ka magpapasok ng pera dyan. Kasi hindi mo talaga matatime ang market. Here is the cost of timing the market. Meaning, what if wala ka sa market nung nangyari tong events na to? If you just invested every single day or every single month, yung value ng $10,000 invested in the S&P 500 since 2003 to 2022 is $64,000. Pero, if you miss the 10 best days of the S&P 500, 10 best days, $30,000 lang. And if you missed 60 of the best days, bumagsak pa yung value mo. So it doesn't matter if pumasok ako sobrang taas tapos bumagsak. Wala akong pake, just keep on putting money. This is what they call dollar cost averaging, DCA. Ang meaning ng DCA is every month you just put whatever you're investing and eventually nag-i-even out yan. So regardless kung tumaas or bumaba, tumaas, bumaba, tumaas, bumaba. Since binilhan mo lahat tong points na to, in the end, andito lang din yung investment mo. So once na lumagpas yan dyan, profit ka pa din. So never try to time the market. Brother man, just stay with your discipline, just keep disciplined and buy every single month your investment. Now if you guys were to ask me what I used to invest, I use GoTrade and IBKR, pero I don't really suggest IBKR kasi medyo complicated siya and ang tataas ng fee. Pero if you're just beginning, I do suggest GoTrade kasi ang dali niya gamitin. May referral link ako sa description and it gives you $1 free when you use that. Pero again, none of this is financial advice. Hindi ako licensed financial advisor. I'm just sharing what I know from the years that I've been investing and working with my finances. Now to help you with your investing, I recently developed a game called Ascenso and top 5 siya ngayon sa paid app sa App Store. And dito pwede mo i-test out kung ano yung mga decision making skills mo at the same time pwede ka din mag-invest sa digital bank, sa MP2, sa Philippine stock market at pwede ka din mag-open ng mga businesses. Now again, this is a simulation para ma-practice mo in-game with zero risk at all kung tama ba yung mga decisions na gagawin mo sa buhay at kung tama ba yung investment strategy mo to achieve financial freedom. If you want to download Ascenso, check out the link in the description. And comment down below kung ano ba yung mga bad practices na ginagawa mo before na naayos mo na ngayon and subscribe para hindi ka mamatay na brokey.